Well, hello, my name is Holly Emert, and I work for the Institute of International Education in Washington, D.C. At IIE, I manage the Fulbright Distinguished Awards and Teaching program, which is a program for, in the U.S., what we call K-12 educators, so primary and secondary educators. And this program provides teachers with an opportunity to come to Finland, as I'm in Finland right now, or to go to the U.S. For a period of up to 4 months. And during that time, they do 3 things. They're based at a host university, either a Finnish university or a U.S. university, where they take 1 or 2 classes of relevance to their teaching. When they're abroad, they also visit local schools, primary school, secondary school, really just to learn more about the host country educational system and to get as much of an insider's view as possible in up to 4 months. They also do what we call a capstone project, which it is a research project, but it's not like a thesis or a dissertation. It's something that is related to their teaching. So, for example, in the past, our participants have been history teachers who have studied some historical aspect of their host country, such as Finland, or they'll look at a policy. For example, we've had teachers look at multicultural education policy and how it relates to teaching that subject. So again, they're based at a host university, they go into local schools, and they do this capstone project. So if you're selected, you will talk quite a bit, of course, with the staff at the Fulbright Center. You'll also speak with me and my colleagues at IIE. The U.S. Department of State provides all program funding. So your flights to and from your host country are paid for and arranged by the program. You receive a monthly stipend to pay for housing, food, your daily costs. While you're on the program, if you're a Finnish grantee in the U.S., you'll work with host university staff and they'll arrange all sorts of cultural activities. Go to a football game, perhaps a baseball game. You may travel in the region where you will be. So it's a full program. You'll be quite busy. But all of our Finnish alumni have shared with us that they've loved the experience. They learned so much, not only about the U.S., but about Finnish education because they were outside of Finland. So we've heard wonderful things on the U.S. side as well. One thing I think it's interesting to share is that from the U.S. applicant side, so U.S. teachers applying to come to Finland, Finland is consistently one of our top choices. We have many more applicants for Finland than we can possibly send. We would need a small country of staff to provide all those opportunities. So that's due to not only Finland's PISA scores, but also just the wonderful range of university offerings, the different policies of education, recommendations of our alumni who have just learned so much about education in general in Finland. After the program ends, it's not over. We want you to have a wonderful experience, but we want the experience to live on as well. Their project needs to be applied in some way. So certainly in their classroom, or if, for example, they're guidance counselors or library professionals, we call them media specialists in the U.S., they need to do some sort of work or project that relates to that when they go home. But we also want them to connect with alumni, with their communities, both their Finnish community and the U.S. community, to share what they're doing, to share about their home educational system, as well as what they've learned abroad. So what some of our alumni have done, in addition to staying in normal contact with their hosts in Finland, or even in the U.S., is we've had student groups develop where Finnish students and U.S. students have, for example, traveled to CERN from one of our Finnish physics teachers. We've also had book deals happen as a result of a Fulbright, where book books were developed. We've had a lot of course, virtual collaborations where we've had a U.S. social studies teacher, for example, who has an ongoing dialogue about different types of history in each country, so the experience lives on. So it's a wonderful program. I highly recommend you apply. Ask all the questions you have. We'll certainly answer them, whether it's someone at IIE or someone at the Fulbright Center. And we'd love to welcome you to the U.S., just like we would love to send our U.S. teachers to Finland. The Fulbright Distinguished Awards in Teaching program is a lovely program for teachers.